Hello, I'm Michael Cirino, and we're here at the Future of Hospitality Summit, and I'm with Ali. Ali, tell me about the organization that you founded here to kind of bring to life this cultural intelligence that you've been seeing over the last couple of years, and this mix of the physical places that you used to build and design, and this storytelling that you're really embracing right now.
First, thank you, Michael, for having me and for coming to Saudi Arabia. One of the things that get my love and passion is actually opening Saudi Arabia to the world, to see our culture, to feel that we are like a continent, not like a country. Where if you go to the north of Saudi, the south of Saudi, the middle of Saudi, it's a different experience. So as a business, we said, okay, how can we help the Saudis and non-Saudis to explore everything? So I'm from the mid-region,
Okay.
but I don't know nothing about the west or the east.
Okay.
So I'm like a tourist if I go to the east.
Oh.
So not like only like the expats when they come to Saudi, or the tourists when they come to Saudi. We all tourists in Saudi Arabia.
I mean, this is one of the most amazing things about Saudi as a destination and as a place for international investment, because there's 42 million Saudis, and the passion that I hear from Saudis about their country and about that exploration is uniform. Right? Yeah. This desire to explore places that were inaccessible or that weren't available in the same kind of way. Now that the Vision 2030 has made so many magical moments and pathways to connect them.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, we are welcoming the world in this the Expo 2030 and the World Cup 2034. Okay. And beyond that, as the Crown Prince said, that 2030 is just the beginning.
Yep.
We want to see millions and millions of people coming to Saudi Arabia. You cannot visit all of Saudi in one visit.
There's no way.
You have to come like more than one time to experience Saudi Arabia. So we welcome you with open arms into our food, our culture, our clothing. So it's a different experience, so welcome.
I'm going to grab a couple things here because you're a well-traveled and architecturally-minded person, but you also know about the culture here. Whether it's a high-end audio lounge in New York, a museum in London, a brand new hotel or art gallery in Riyadh, what's a new physical space that's kind of left you with a sense of awe?
The new development of Al Masmak Fortes, it's the one that King Abdulaziz started.
The restorations?
Yeah, founding Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So it started from there, Al Masmak. So if you go to that area, you'll feel how deep the roots and the history. As you know, Saudi Arabia is celebrating now 300 years of history. If you go to any area in Saudi Arabia, you'll find something that is very deep for hundreds and maybe sometimes thousands of years.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's an wow or awe moment almost in every corner of Saudi Arabia.
So the fortress that you're talking about, can you just tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, it's the start of the ruling,
Yes.
okay, of Al Saud family and King Abdulaziz when he founded Saudi Arabia. We could say this is the third Saudi. Okay, because 2 times before it collapsed because of the enemies and like that.
Yeah.
So when King Abdulaziz came and restored the ruling of the family, okay, it started from there. So he captured back the fortress.
Yeah.
Okay, it was from one of the enemies. He took it, and then like from the family, then King Abdulaziz, and that moment it started to unify all of Saudi Arabia, what we know now as Saudi Arabia. So to us as Saudis, let's say if there's the National Day.
Yes.
So you'll find us as families, we go visit there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's here in Riyadh. Is that
In Riyadh, yes.
Is that the fortress? Now, again, I'm learning my geography. Is that in Dria, or is that near?
No.
Or that's a separate
it's-
historical landmark.
Yeah, it's in the middle of Riyadh.
Oh, okay. I remember. Yes.
Yeah, it's in Al Old Murabba area.
Okay.
Okay, and one of the things that you have to do, Diriyah, it used to be a different city than Riyadh.
Yes.
But now because Riyadh becomes so large and huge, it's almost a country.
Yeah.
Okay, Diriyah became part of it.
Yes.
Diriyah is the city of the family, that's the ruling family.
Oh, okay. So that,
Okay.
now I'm understanding.
Yeah, so and Riyadh is the capital, let's say, of their ruling. But they originally came from Diriyah.
That's all right.
So like in New York and Brooklyn, this is the idea.
I fully understand, and that is how Riyadh has grown and kind of assembled, right? It makes total sense to me. All right. So, what is an industry trend that you think people are getting totally right now, and what do you think is something that they're getting wrong?
So there's a perception about brands, okay, like international brands, few names that we are raised to.
Yep.
But when you start to travel or like surf the net, you'll find that no, there's other good brands.
Yes.
Okay. So this is what people get wrong, that not the brands that you see is the only brands that are there in the world. Okay.
So one of the things that I was immediately struck by in the region was the ability to integrate brands into new types of development, new types of hospitality, right? Like you have the Bengadi group in Dubai bringing, Mercedes-Benz City to life, right?
Yeah.
I totally see the vision, but I also understand exactly what you're saying is that is, I'm 47. That is a me generation and older kind of brand.
Okay.
28-year-olds, what do they want for Mercedes, right? That is not a marker of luxury.
Yes.
It's not a marker of passion for them.
Exactly.
And I totally see where you're coming from is how can we be integrating with these international brands or creating international brands that are more attached to that 70% of the population?
I would emphasize on that, and I'll say, you see this, we call this shmag.
Schmuck.
Before it was not made in Saudi Arabia,
Okay.
and now there's some brands that are made in Saudi Arabia from shumag. Okay? However, there's a tag that you can get from the Ministry of Commerce saying Saudi brand, even if it's made out of Saudi.
Oh.
But who will wear it?
Right.
Saudis. So we created brands because of our culture.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a Saudi brand, even if it's not made in Saudi. Okay.
Because it's designed here and it is made for your wants and needs.
Yes. Okay. And
Different from Bahrain or different from
exactly. And
Emirates,
we have other thing called Saudi tech.
yeah.
When a technology, even if it's outside, okay, you can find it outside, but if you program it or develop it in Saudi, you can apply and have the name Saudi tech on
Yes.
it. Okay. And of course, there's Saudi made.
Yeah.
These three will help you as businesses to win more projects with the government.
Yes.
So if you apply to a project using Saudi made or Saudi brand or Saudi tech,
Yep.
you have more chances to win in the project than outside.
Makes sense. And again, like I think that those brands that they're building as well, what I am super excited to see, like we met with a chef last night. He was 27 years old and he messaged us because he was like, I want to open a 3 Michelin star Saudi restaurant here in Riyadh, right? He's like, I grew up here, I went and trained in Europe and I'm back here now. And I want to have the most excellent cuisine in the world brought to life with my hands. That young person, it hit me so hard to see that passion and that culture coming from the ground up because he's the one that owns the thing. He's the one, him and his friends are going to be setting a tone for a generation. I know we spoke about other cultures, other cultural bits. Where are you seeing that excitement from young kids to create here in Saudi? What are some of the younger creations or spaces that you've seen here in Riyadh where kids are getting together to make things like that?
One of the things that I'm proud of, that in this area of the world and like the Arabic Peninsula and especially Saudi Arabia, the government is like open door policy. Almost everything that we want, it's there. It's easy to get.
Mm-hmm.
We are now almost #1 worldwide in digital transformation.
Mm-hmm.
So we're very literate. Whenever you want to study something, it's there. Whenever you want to develop yourself in something, it's there. 10 years ago, it's almost 0 Michelin stars restaurant in Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
Okay, and now it's like saying, oh, where are you going to eat? Oh, is it a Michelin star?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a new culture approach with the openness of the country, made the new generation very eager to create something.
Yes.
Before, okay, I don't care if I wear something European made or American made because there's no Saudi made.
Yes.
But now the new generation say, no, I want to make and compete. You have the right to wear different designers. It's famous, like let's say Italian designers. They're still #1 in designing, okay?
Yeah.
But Saudis come, okay, they can design a suit, but they can't design a thobe.
No, I did. We saw this in Jeddah. We went thobe shopping with some of our partners specifically for them to explain to us, like over the last 5 years, this one specific designer has changed the style of thobes, the style of customization in a unique way. And it was one of those things where, men's clothes are boring most of the time. Like I'm wearing a custom suit and it's the details, right? It's the little bit here.
Yes.
It's the little piece of the thing. It's the cap of the shmek. How do you pronounce it correctly again?
Shmag.
Shmak, yeah. Right.
The white one called Ghutra.
Ultra.
And the one with the red is called Shmag. But this is in the mid region. So if you go different regions, they have different names.
But I mean, all of those little nuances, right? It is great to see, again, like you said, local culture taking technology, techniques, and processes from abroad, filtering them through your presence, right? Filtering them through your culture. We worked, so one of my good friends is one of the ministers of culture for the country of Panama. And one of the most inspirational things I saw in the year 2006 was he had become a famous artist. He had painted New York City, London, Mexico City. And when we traveled to Panama together, every conversation that we had was with a creator or creative person in like giving them the permission to make their own art. He says, you know, you don't have to be Mexican, you don't have to be American, you can sing your songs.
Yeah.
You do not have to be from Colombia to have this big country behind you for you to create Panamanian cuisine, to go into the jungle and to find a piece of wood and carve it into something that makes your heart sing.
Exactly.
And you could see 10 years later, there's art all over the walls in the hotels that are made by those kids. They're roasting their own coffee, or they're growing the coffee beans in the mountains, and then they're roasting it in their cities and serving it to the Panamanians. And when foreigners come in, they're like, this is the best coffee I've ever had because of that cultural connection.
Exactly.
And I see that happening so much here. Besides food and beverage, where do you see the youth exploding with that kind of cultural energy?
Okay, first emphasize on in coffee, okay?
Yes.
There's an area here, it's called Najran, southwest, okay?
The mountain region?
Yeah, in the mountain region, they have their own coffee now,
Yes.
okay? Because the government also started to open that idea saying, hey guys, you can have the best coffee also from there because it's really originated in the world from that area.
Yeah.
From like the south of the Arabic Peninsula,
yeah.
the southwest. So now some of the coffee shops, when you go there, you can find Jayzani and Najrani, like, you know, this is Saudi coffee,
Yes.
Saudi beans.
Yes.
Okay. So that will get the young people making their own flavors.
Exactly.
Okay, building all of that. As you said, they in the food and the beverages, it's already there. In the fashion, it's already there. And we're not talking only about men. Women started to look at traditional, we call it abaya, the black one that ladies wear. But they say, why only black? Let's explore to the other colors that also reflect the culture,
Yes.
reflect the area. If you're in the east, it's different than the west, the north, it's just beautiful, different. I remember one friend, she's from America. She was coming here for an event in Hayel city. And Hayel is one of the most beautiful areas in Saudi Arabia. Okay, it's in the north of Riyadh. Okay. The first thing that she said, Ali, when I arrive in the airport, I want to buy and wear an abaya.
Yeah.
Because I want to try your traditions.
Yeah.
Okay. So immediately I contact some of the ladies I know and said, can you prepare something for me? I don't know. I don't understand that. We love that. We love if I travel to a region that I don't know, I want to meet the locals and they tell me about their traditions.
And I would say that, like, you know, I live in New York City. I live just north of New York City in a tiny village, right? And my tiny village needs the same cultural engineering as New York City and as Riyadh. How can we be passionate about what we create locally? How can we tell everybody that we love this thing and we're making it here? And if you want to come enjoy it here with us, right?
Yes, exactly.
It starts from the smallest village to the largest country. This placemaking has to be built on this type of cultural passion and this desire to intentionally explore the place that
I agree, and the world will be very boring if there's no culture, okay? And that's why the cities that grown into this dull and, like, you know, boring things, now people are escaping from them.
Yep.
Okay, because if you go there, it's just like, you know, glass, concrete buildings, food that only the name is there. Like when you say Chinese food, Italian food, only it's a name. The other just some spices that they think it will give the flavor,
Right.
but it's not.
it's not the passion, it's not the soul.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I like to tell people, hey, can you try my own food? And then can I try your own food?
Yes.
Okay, regardless. If I like to say, people come to me and say, guy from Lebanon.
Yeah.
I say, Ali, I want to go to a Lebanese restaurant. I say, why you want to go? You're Lebanese. You do it in your house. Okay, so that's the thing. Say, hey, I want to try like Saudi food. Yes,
Let's do it.
And which part of Saudi? Different. I did not try all of Saudi's food myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was the same exact thing that I've discovered when we were at Maze. The difference between the East and the West fish, the Red Sea
Yeah.
versus the Gulf. The simple ingredient is that you can do every other thing the same, but
Yes.
just switch the fish out, and you have an entirely different meal with different purpose and different energy.
And that's an experience
100%.
that you love and remember and tell the people about it. But if it's like you say, you eat every day orange, you'll be bored.
All right, so last kind of like question, so we can pop with something here. In one sentence, what do you think the future of hospitality is?
I think the future is customized experiences, okay, for the individuals. They will come different, they will visit different places, and they will have an experience that it's designed for them. Let's say if in my house I invited an Italian or I invited, let's say, an Egyptian, they will have different experiences from their perspective.
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's a customized, personal hospitality experiences.
That sounds amazing. Ali, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.